Well, would you look at this? It's a meteor! A meteor that has landed right in my very own backyard! Oh my goodness, this is so cool! And yes, my friends, this is actually a meteor that has landed in my backyard here in Zoodesia Zoo in celebration of the real life meteor! The real life meteor that I saw with my very own 2 little eyeballs! And also Chips was there with me and he saw it too. For those of you guys who do not know, our little area in Michigan had a meteor last week. It was amazing! All of a sudden there was a vibrant, bright purple flash in the sky. Something that was so powerful and strong we thought, was that lightning? Was it a car crash? Was it like a missile? What the heck was it? A moment of panic, and then a few seconds later, a tremendous kaboom! And then you think, oh, it was just thunder then, I suppose. And then later, social media lit up all over the place, almost as bright as the sky had been, to inform us that sure enough, it indeed had been a meteor! I saw a meteor! Which basically just, from my point of view, looked like an extremely bright purple flash in the sky. But it was super awesome and absolutely amazing and made me think about all of the meteors that land on my farm in Stardew Valley. And so, my friends, as Zoodesia has evolved over the many years that we have been wandering in the zoo to represent the different things that happen in my life, the different occasions that we create memorials for that we can then traverse whenever we tour the zoo, we now will forever have this beautiful meteor here in my backyard of Zoodesia to remind us of the day the meteor fell in January 2018, which actually happened to fall on my dad's birthday. And so I will never, ever, ever forget my father's birthday meteor, thanks to this beautiful purple contraption we now have behind us. So, oh my goodness, I know it's been a long time since we've been in Zoodesia. It's been a few days because I've been so terribly sick, but I had to make sure this happened because it was so cool. How many times have you guys ever had just a natural phenomena come and in a nice way sweep you off your feet like that? It was definitely a very humbling reminder that the sky is a huge place and things fall from it sometimes. And I actually built this meteor to be a lot bigger than the one that happened to fall in real life. The real life meteor that hit Michigan, it was just a fireball for the most part, and it was mostly just a few feet big, like 1 block big in the Minecraftian world terms, and yet it caused a seismic event equivalent to a 2.0 earthquake, when it was just like just a little over 3 feet big, they estimate. Like there's only little fragments of it that could fit in your hand left. And oh my gosh, it definitely put into perspective, Mr. Deer, the destruction of the dinosaurs. But that was really cool. We might have to find ways to be able to go meteor hunting, not like we used to in the very first Zoodesia world, but some other cool way we could go meteor hunting, maybe even travel to the stars, and come back with all sorts of wonderful discoveries here in Zoodesia as well. My eyes have been pulled upward at the beautiful world up there, and who knows? Maybe this is the hints of one day when we will be able to reach for the stars ourselves and come back with all sorts of treasures that we have found on distant worlds, all sorts of aliens that we might encounter, all sorts of crossovers from certain No Man's Sky and Spore series. Well, for now, we're going to focus on the zoo, and in honor of this amazing meteor, I am going to add in observatory to our list of lost quests, because an observatory is actually one of the things I have been meaning to build over here. And talk about being completely distracted from the task that I was currently working on. Oh my gosh, the meteor was basically really cool. I hope you guys get to see something that cool in your lives at some point. And I'm loving that we get to have a little memorial to it right here. Really awesome. All right, well, I've rambled on long enough about the meteor. You guys are probably wondering where the heck it even fell. It actually fell in Zoodesia, right on top of our little Arctic island, and this is a perfect location to possibly scout out. I was thinking maybe somewhere about in this range, we could consider away from the bright lights of the Village of Light, which actually, now that I think about it, should be very well lit. But you can't really see the Tree of Light from here, so it wouldn't mess with a nice observatory that we could tuck right on top of this little mountain, and we could point upwards at the stars to one day have those Spore, No Man's Sky, maybe Starbound crossovers where we could go out and bring things back to put in the zoo. That would be really cool. But all right, let me put on my gear because it is late at night. Oh, where's my dagger of noms? Oh my gosh! And there's a shooty dude. Okay, there's a little skelly friend. He's already out. I need to get my dagger of noms out just in case. But yeah, we're over. Let's give you... Oh, he's wearing gold armor. Guys, let's go get him. Let's go get this skeleton and then melt down his gold armor, because that gold armor could become valuable resources for our current project of working on building up a beautiful clinic for the Village of Light, so that my zombie friends who are, well, friends, there's bad zombies and there's good zombies, and the good zombies still have a scrap of their humanity left, as you know, the zombie villagers. Did he pull the arrow out and like throw it on the ground? I see you there, buddy. I am a fiercer Seri than people give me credit for, and willing to do battle with you to protect my zoo. All right, did he drop any gold? Curses. All right, no gold, and my burning arrows of goose protective rage protecting my zoo will eventually burn themselves out. And that's actually a fun way to think about it. If you guys are familiar with the rage goose that I sometimes turn into, maybe that's why I can shoot fiery arrows, is the rage goose within me. But all right, good luck up there, little meteor. I will be back to visit you in the future. But for now, I desperately want to return to the task at hand, finally, which is taking care of the clinic that we are trying to build over in the Village of Light, or I should say Zomberry Village. There's two little villages. One is for villagers. Hello, everyone. Hello. And one is actually for like NPCs and characters and building up a big trading village. And the villager village is Zomberry Village. And right over here, you know what? I should probably install a fence right over here as well. It just occurred to me that I'm just meandering about, not really paying attention to anything, and I could just meander myself right off this cliff right here. Do I have any conveniently located dirt? I do. You know what? Look at this. I can fix this problem literally right now. It doesn't even need to go on the to-do list of Lost Quest. I can literally fill in these gaps right here, right now. I can prevent a terrible accident from happening. Can I get through here? I sure can. If it's not Seri proof, it's not safe enough, my friends. All right, let's do this. There we go. But yeah, I'm sorry it's been so long since we have been over here and doing our work for the Zomberry Village and the Village of Light and everything else, guys. And I do still want to very soon be able to manage a really cool stream where we can go through and we can actually do a tour of the zoo. I have just been really, really sick, unfortunately. This is one of the worst sicknesses I have had in a very long time, if ever. I honestly don't remember being so sick and in so much pain for so long. But don't panic, it's just that bug that's going around this year. So truly, like, take care, be careful, stay safe, wash your hands. I mean, I wash my hands, but it wasn't good enough. But still, it's better to be safe than sorry. But yeah, just be careful, guys. This is a doozy of one. This is a doozy, that's for sure. All right, well, it's almost Seri safe. And it's kind of nighttime, so I thought might as well do a task related to security. All right, there we go. Whoops, there we go. There we go. All right, and then maybe a few more fence pieces. And what we might do is we'll put down these solid fence pieces and then come back in and maybe put like a cute little hedge fence piece to make like these guys here, to make them look nice. Though, you know what? I just realized to make these cute hedge fence pieces, my friends, I need to have oak leaves. And that's actually where we ended off on the last time we were here doing our adventures, is we were about to go on a great, grand, glorious expedition in hopes of collecting up oak wood so that we could make a whole bunch of wood so that we could start getting this Cathedral of Light built. And the Cathedral of Light is going to be fantastic because it is going to be where we heal our zombie villagers. So, I don't know why I needed wood though. Like, Pine, do you remember why I needed wood? I needed wood for something. I think I needed wood just because I needed it. But that doesn't make sense because I was going to build this out of mostly a whole bunch of marble, beautiful marble and glass. And I was going to build the giant apple tree at the center. I remember now, and I am actually, weirdly enough, out of just plain oak wood. All right, I remember, giant apple tree. There we go. And again, apologies if my memory is a little bit skittery, my friends. It's just the result of having been sick for so long, but better to show up and start getting stuff done, don't you think? We do have some apple saplings that I could grow and just constantly harvest from, but I don't know, I get the feeling that the Village of Light might kind of consider an apple sapling to be sort of super important and not something you just go chopping down nilly-willy for no good reason. So I'm gonna really have to think about that. And then, actually, Pine, you don't happen to have just a whole bunch of wood hiding inside of your inventory because I haven't bathed you in forever. No, but you have a diamond. You know, Pine, that's an interesting find there. And you have a ton of raw fish. I'll leave one raw fish so that you can keep it inside of your inventory. And interestingly enough, you have a safety cone. You have a safety cone in your pack, which is perfect because now I can come over here and I can tell all of the villagers from the village, okay guys, I'm doing work over here, stay back. So there we go. We have now increased the security yet again by adding in a safety cone. And Tate, my boy, do you have any wood? You do not. You have a willow sapling, which would give us a different kind of thing. And you have a whole bunch of sand, actually. And a ton of fish as well. You and your son have been very on top of the fish, and you even have some zombie jerky that I can go ahead and give you as a treat, which feels a little bit awkward when we're right next to Zomberry Village, but I'm sure they like to see the demise, the end of actual zombies. Zombie villagers are different. All right, geez, Tate, Pine, you two have just gathered enough food that you can feed yourselves for quite a while off this. All right, well, big, giant, wonderful apple tree. That is going to be our next goal. And I was going to try to get a furnace set up. I should have some, yeah, here we go, cobblestone. All right, now we're really starting to churn along. But how have you guys been? I just feel so out of it and out of sync, having been sick for so long and gone for so long. And hopefully we'll be able to get back into the flow of things in no time. So let's start by going and just looking for some basic oak wood. I don't think we really even have to go that far because, that's jungle wood. That's not going to help us. Those are my big oak trees from the Nympsia garden. Unfortunately, highlands are surprisingly bare of any kind of tree. And I was going to ride Sunflower way over here, and we were going to spend some time harvesting a ton of trees over in this area because this is actually all acacia wood and this is going to be jungle wood. And my goodness, it's just so amazing how diverse all of the ecosystems are around our home, Tate. We have such a beautiful home. But standing around just twiddling my thumbs isn't really going to help us whatsoever. So let's get out of here. All right. Oh, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing in the village? I hope you have all had a wonderful night. Thank you so much for gifting my beloved puppies with lots of wonderful treats. I'm sure they will absolutely adore these raw pork chops. Oh my gosh, you are really gonna give my dogs a lot of pork chops, aren't you? Pine, did you just pick all of those up? Tate, you did. Come on, share with your Tate, not Pine. Share with your son. Oh, look at this cute little, I forgot about this little garden back here. That's so nice. This villager will take gravel and emerald and give us flint. Let's see, and what will this one give us? The iron sweet ore berries, that's right. Landmines. I don't know how I feel about making you a bunch of landmines to use, but we'll come back to that. All right, Fluffy Mittens, how are you doing, my friend? Wonderful. You know what? I'm sure I have, and if I don't, then shame on me, but I'm sure I have some oak trees that I can cut down. Not in my front yard, because you have to be careful with using a tree capitator. You really end up cutting down an entire forest. One tree falls in the forest, you're there to hear it, and it makes a lot of sounds as it takes out all the other trees around your forest. But I should have... Do I have enough? Oh, I have tons of oak wood in here. What the heck am I doing? What the heck am I doing? Thinking I need to go and ride Sunflower. That's just being silly. There's a whole bunch of persimmon saplings, rubber saplings, and a ton of oak saplings. I don't know what I was on about, my friends. Just being a silly goose. That's what I was on about. Here's a bunch of oak leaves. Let's see. So we'll get this done. I think we can actually build, is this more? Nope, that's acacia leaves. We need oak leaves and a ton of them stat so that we can build this up. All right, good. So that means I'm going to need, oh my gosh, am I really out of bone meal? Did I seriously use up all of the bone meal that I collected from the nether, like literally last year? Probably. Oh dear. All right, well, we'll figure out how to grow these things. I should have some more bone meal. I guess I must have used up all of the bone meal that I brought back from the nether all those years ago. Well, that'll teach me. That'll teach me. All right, let's see. Carpenter's wedges might be really cute to be able to build slopes on the tree roots with. But let's go get this giant tree built. And then I can work on grafting some apples onto it next time. And once we build the tree, after that, I can start building the walls to the Cathedral of Light, and we can get a move on. We can get a move on so we can get things done, like opening up all of the trades with these villagers, figuring out why Fluffy Mittens is literally one of the most well-traveled bunnies I have ever met in my entire life. And hopefully getting some actual work in the zoo done at some point too. But don't hold your breath on that. All right, there we go. Giant oak wood. That'll help us out. Here's where I want to put the giant oak wood. Ah, progress. It feels so wonderful. Tastes so sweet. There we go. We'll put these here. And then, oh, good puppies. So eager to help. Good boys. We should go on a mining expedition sometime soon, puppers. All right, and then we'll go ahead. So my idea is that we'll have right here a little fence line. And so we'll have a little fence right here. And then inside the fence, inside the trunk of the tree, is where we will drop the zombie villager. And then once they're over there, we can jab them with the gigantic needle, the big giant de-zombification syringe, and then we can cure them. And I'm sure they won't appreciate it while we're stabbing them with the needle, but it's like getting any of the very important vaccines that you need in life. And once they come back to life from that very important like de-zombification vaccine, then I'm sure they will understand that our intentions were good all along. And actually, speaking of vaccines, when you guys were kids, did your parents ever have to bribe you like with ice cream if you just went along with it? Because I can't blame any child, especially not angry rage goose Seri child, for not wanting to have the vaccines. Tate, are you wanting to climb trees? Come on, Tate. Down, down, careful there, down. But I just vividly remember my mom used to bribe us with getting ice cream if we would put up with the vaccines and getting them done. And one day my sister had enough, and my sister decided that she would never eat ice cream again, because it meant that she was going to have vaccines. We were really little, so it was at the time where you had to go and get shots all the time. And I just really remember her declaration that day as mom like pulled up to the ice cream shop first so she could point at all of the flavors. It was like Baskin Robbins or something. And she's like, look, you guys, think about which one you want. Because right in the same parking lot was the clinic. And my sister just turns around in her car seat and she's like, I'm never eating ice cream again because that means you have to get a shot. So I'll have to remind her of that later because it was really cute. All right. I don't know why. You know what? You know what? I don't know why that memory just popped into my head while I'm building a tree and thinking about stabbing zombies with vaccines. But you know, they deserve an ice cream afterward too. So I'll make sure to have a little bit of ice cream available in the cathedral, and maybe even looking over the Nympsia garden and sitting under the tree of light, we can make an ice cream shop one day. I think that would be wonderful. Then if they're a little distressed from having had their shots, the zombies from the cathedral, who will now be villagers after they're done, will be able to go over and they will be able to have some delicious ice cream. Maybe I should actually make the back one higher than this, because I don't want them to like hit their head. In fact, I think I will make it one higher than this, because if they hit their head and die, that defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do here. You don't want to like permanently kill the undead if you're trying to cure them. All right, there's that. I think this should be good. There. How tall would this look? Because this is going to be a very important tree that's sort of like the center point for the entire cathedral. And I think we can actually, here, I think it's okay to use Glorious Grafter as long as there's not leaves on. It's when we add leaves that Glorious Grafter will be a little too overeager for cutting down. Let's see. Yeah, for cutting down all of the pieces. Okay, and then, yeah, I'll have to leave this one if I want the other side to be so tall. Okay, there we go. Gosh, I forgot how much muttering to yourself as you're like, does that fit? I don't know. Does that fit? You do when you're busy building things in the Minecraftian world. Pine, be careful, buddy. I don't want to accidentally smack you with the axe. All right, so let's raise this up one. There we go. There, that's a little bit better. I'm still a little bit nervous. I'll put this down here. Not so much for my safety because they'll be behind a gate, but I just don't want the zombies to like hit their heads and die after all the effort we're going through to try to bring them back to life. All right, let's get this tree done. And we'll put another piece right there. Gotta speak some villagerese. Yeah, we'll put some slopes right there. Maybe a couple slopes over here. Yeah, we'll put in some carpenter's blocks so that they give the tree a little bit more of an organic look and feel. And maybe some branches at the very top to kind of branch out. Yeah, we'll do that. Whoops, and I fell down a hole. Yeah, we'll put in some branches kind of at the top and let them branch out so that they can take care of the tree. And then from there, we can start expanding. Oh, this looks so nice. And then from there, we can start expanding it with the leaves. So this is going to be quite nice, actually. I'm actually very, very tickled with how decent it's turning out. All right, and then we'll jump up here. I kind of want to raise the branch. There we go, like so. In a few spots. There we go. And then take that out. There we go. Wonderful. Looks very nice. Delightful. Good. All right, we'll be back up in a little bit to decorate it with leaves, but let's get some carpenter's blocks. At the very least, we can get the trunk of the tree built, and it looks a lot nicer when it's not symmetrical. How many trees actually grow symmetrical after all? Not very many. Not very many at all. All right, so next step would be to make a whole bunch. The next step would be to make a ton of sticks because we need a few of the carpenter's slopes in order to give the tree some nice roots. And I did it wrong. I did it wrong. I forgot. Okay, like so. You need to make the carpenter's blocks first. And once the carpenter's blocks are here, then come here you. And now I need more sticks. It's been so long. There we go. More sticks and like so. Ta-da! Carpenter's wedge slopes! Huzzah! Wonderful. And I do have in my pocket, one of my mini pockets, I can pull out, as if by magic, my chisel. My chisel. My chisel! And I had a whole bunch of slope blocks right over here. Oh my gosh. Where did my chisel go? Are you kidding me? Is it? There it is. Carpenter's hammer, not chisel. My gracious. How embarrassing. Well, you know, if you've been away from something for a while, don't judge yourself too harshly if it takes a little bit to get back into the swing of it. That's all I have to say to that. I kind of wanted to do... Yeah, I'll have to just put normal there. And then right there. And then jump, jump. There we go. Alright, and let's go grab some of the oak wood. Very nice, very nice. Alright, good. And what a lovely tree. I actually am very curious about how old apple trees can be, especially before they stop producing a whole bunch of apples. Like, when does an apple tree... Tate, be careful. I was literally just about to swing an axe over here. But how old does an apple tree get to be before it stops producing apples, and you might have to start thinking about replace an old granny apple tree with a fresh young apple tree that can produce you new apples. Because I thought about it, I was trying to think, oh, I want to build a big beautiful apple tree and the Cathedral of Light, and we can admire its glorious beauty. And I tried to think, okay, how big can an apple tree actually get? How old do they get? And I realized I don't really know the answer. So that's a good thing. I love being curious. I love being curious and coming up with new questions that I've never heard asked before. All right, so not bad. Not bad. I'm so happy. All right, guys. I can't believe it. I say this very tentatively, but I think we've actually made progress today. Let's see how far we can get with these leaves. And then my next job is going to be getting as many oak leaves, I always need more oak leaves, as I can get my hands on. But I think as long as it's well lit, we could definitely put in a little forest somewhere nearby. I think I'd have to be really careful about that, because forest also... This is one heck of a hole in the ground that I just keep walking into. Because forest can also be an invitation for all manner of not so great creature to start wiggling into our world. We had a zombie pour off of that very mushroom right there after all. But it would be nice just to have a little forest nearby, possibly like bordering our Nympsia garden, which I haven't added new Nympsias into in so long. I definitely need to do that because our Nympsia garden is supposed to represent you guys, and so it's very important to me. All right, there we go. There we go. Wonderful. Now I won't keep falling down this little hole in the ground. It's kind of funny how when you're away from something for a while and you come back, you're like, why haven't I done this? Why haven't I done this already? What silly reason did I have to give myself so many tasks and requirements before just completing something that simple? All right, there we go. Quest list. I know you're not supposed to leave my inventory, but just hang in there for a split second. I feel like I'm breaking a rule already, like not having my list of lost quests on me 24/7. You never know when inspiration will strike. That's almost as chaotic as not having your joy journal on you 24/7, guys. It's just not something you do. What if you're hit with unexpected joy and you don't get a chance to like celebrate it because you forgot to write it down? That would be a pity. All right. Whew. Well, there we go. And for the record, I'm toying with the idea in the future of when we're just doing really basic things, like for some reason I feel possessed with the urge to fill these holes in the ground up. When we're doing little landscaping projects like this, I am actually planning on trying to do some speed builds, so you guys can watch me put down a whole bunch of dirt, as one is wont to do in the Minecraftian world, really, really quickly. All right, there we go. Plus, it would be fun, I think. All right, good. In for a penny, in for the whole pound. Let's just fill up this little spot. There we go. It's just so funny how I'm like, why haven't I done this yet? It needs done. There. Wonderful. Okay, good. Now I'm not going to keep falling down that spot anymore. Funny how just taking a couple minutes to tend to that works. And the moon is out and looking beautiful. And I just need to give it a good jump to put down some of these leaves. And I'm sort of laughing. I've been so sick and in so much pain for the last few days that all I could think about was like, oh, I've got to get back into Zoodesia. I've got to get back into Zoodesia. I've got to get back into Zoodesia, and I need to start building that tree. I need to build that tree. that I kind of feel like I'm still lying in bed dreaming about it. But we've got the beginning of the tree that is going to form the heart at the center of the Cathedral of Light started, my friends. And next time, I'm going to continue building it with you, and we're going to get this cathedral built and have a beautiful start to our brand new year together. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember, everybody, stay curious and find out how big apple trees can be before they're just no longer producing apples, because I'm very curious, and that would be a big favor for me. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.